can hear you out there. Elise the Beast.
In those quiet moments before you start, like, that's the quietest it is. Like, as noisy and loud and everything it is, like, that's the most quiet to me, at least. It changes from time to time, but I'm always drawing on, like, that strength from all those experiences and the people around me. I hear what my mom tells me. I hear what Sam tells me. I hear what my great support system, my friends, family. I hear those voices. Going through things like losing my mom or carrying on with Sam's name on my back, just wanting to do them proud. That's why I want to go up there, and impossible doesn't really exist to me. I want mine.
If we had radio communication, this race would be over. We wouldn't have a chance.
Clear? Well, I don't know whose version of the story you want, but how we bet, but...
I mean, the first time I seen Elise was on a BMX DVD called Transit that I just watched every day of my childhood because it was all the American BMX races. And the first time I seen Elise was she won the amateur title in 2004, and she was on stage, a little choker necklace with her mom and dad. And she was my crush, I guess.
From the magazines and DVDs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elise met this boy at a world championship, I believe it was China. Said he needed to come to the U.S. and started racing USA BMX. And said it was nothing, it's all platonic, just a friend that needs a place to stay. So this Australian kid, blonde hair, blue eyes, big smile, shows up at the door, and I'm like, yeah, right, platonic.
Yeah, so it was unique in the respect that I came to America and was living at their house, and Elise would go to high school every day, and I would stay in the house with Cheryl. Cheryl's a very nurturing person, and even though I was a 17-year-old boy coming to live in their house, which looking back on was crazy, but you know, I obviously adored Elise, and I had the best intentions of trying to make it in this career of BMX. I wasn't there just to mess around. And
yeah, he fit right into the family right away. Traveled all over, got into the BMX scene just like our family was, and became part of the family rather quickly.
Maybe I'll just go down and get my bike right now. Yeah. So I have that one.
Out here, Rock Hill, on day number 10 of your 2024 BMX Racing World Championships, right here in Rock Hill, South Carolina. We will definitely probably see.
Where do you sit, Sam? Right on the corner here? All right. When Elise signed up, the first BMX race, that was the start of it all, really. She went around practice and stuff when it came time to get up on the gate, and she wouldn't go. And so I said, okay, let Elise do her gymnastics and dance, and Cheryl said, no, she'll do it next time. So lo and behold, that was the start of it. I almost stopped her.
My mom was by biggest cheerleader, and I feel like I just never had like limits put on me, or like never had bubble wrap put around me or anything like that. It was just, if you're trying your hardest at it, we'll support you to do it. And my mom was the one, I would say, that was, driving to and from practices for everybody here and there, and she didn't want to say no. She was a social butterfly too, so she wanted us to be with people, and she loved that sense of community that we got.
Post your winner.
I mean, I think of my mom pretty much every race. I don't know how to put it. She just always made it like, I don't know, just opportunity ahead of you. Like, hey, like sky's the limit.
She was Elise's biggest fan. I always remember hearing Cheryl's voice of like trying to steer Elise towards like just being good to everyone. Like, Elise is like, she can have a million things going on, just be totally beat down and stressed inside, and you'll just never know it on the outside. Like, she just has an ability to keep it all in and compartmentalize it and perform or live her life and function. And Cheryl's cancer came on pretty quick, and like it was less than 12 months.
When you get that phone call in the middle of the night, when you're like, something's not right here. I don't think either of us thought it would be what it was, or as, I guess, advanced as it was. Unfortunately, cancer just has its way with people sometimes, but there's no explanation for it. I think just the feeling that it wasn't fair.
Elise had been back in Minnesota in the middle of winter and hadn't even touched her bike, and was obviously caring for her mom and giving everything to that.
Elise actually went to a race in Reno because Cheryl wanted her to, and somehow won both days after not being on her bike or anything.
She would not let me not go. She was like, no, I want to watch. I'm fine, okay? I'll be okay. And she was like calling me right after the race, and that was awesome and so excited. And that I just got on the first flight the next morning and got back there and kind of got that last little bit of acknowledgement. Barely. I got home, and then she went like unresponsive and passed away the next days. I buried myself in like training and things like that after, like, okay, like just gonna do what I know. Like, I didn't know what else to do. I knew she'd want me to keep riding and do that, so I had done that. And then when I got hurt, it was kind of like, no, you're gonna face this. Like, this is what's happening.
Cheryl had passed, and then Elise had a crash a couple months later and broke her leg, and it kind of just like made her stop.
I remember kind of deciding, like, what am I doing? Like, why do you do this? Like, putting your body through it, like, doesn't matter. Not really, like, it's just sport, like, real life's happening. Like, just all those thoughts that go through you.
After Cheryl had passed, I just felt a huge responsibility to, not ever going to be her mother, but like constantly just reinforce that, I guess, legacy.
So yeah, the qualifying is huge because it's so limited. Yeah, this will be a really good prelude for the Olympics because these are the riders. All right, the women are coming up. I don't know what moto she's in. So she went and kept racing, went all the way through the Olympics several times, you know. London was the first Olympics, crashed hard. was pretty discouraged from that, but, got back on, and Rio Olympics won the silver.
I was really motivated for Rio because, not only did I want a redemption for myself from London, as I knew I was capable of it, but I knew my mom was gonna have a front row seat. This is the most important thing, I gotta give it my best. And so to get a medal and see the flag raise, my dad and brothers and everyone's there, it was amazing. And Sam was in the form of his life. Everything was ticking along so beautiful. I mean, yeah, it didn't go to plan for Sam on the day in Rio. I mean, Sam's a winner through and through, and he's gonna do whatever it takes to win and put himself in the best shape and form he can be, and does not shy away from hard work. But he was definitely hurting, obviously, after Rio.
Sam Willoughby, 2012 and 2014 world champion. Silver in London in 2012. Can he go one better in 2016?
As an Olympic athlete, you live in these 4-year cycles, and if you don't stop at the end of that 4 years and give yourself some downtime and reflect and a bit of R&R, it's probably not real healthy. And
he wanted to dig his teeth back in and get to work. He just wanted to, in his words, fix losing by winning.
I was meant to go home to Minnesota with Elise for a celebration parade for her silver medal. I changed my flight at the last minute. I was like, I'm going home. I need to get back to work. And I was just doing routine warm-up, and I would always go through the rhythm section, which is a bunch of little jumps in a row on my back wheel. I just did that and overcorrected, went upside down into half a backflip and came down on top of my head.
Track operator called me on repeat. The way the voice came through, I was I just resort to gosh, just Sam gone? What, and I had to call his mom, obviously, right away, and family, and that was the hardest call I've ever had to make in my life, telling a mom halfway across the world, I don't know.
My recollection, everything went through my mind pretty quick. It was BMX is done, and I'm paralyzed, and I'm too tired to process it all right now. That's the final nail in the coffin kind of thing. Yeah. And then just a lot of uncertainty after that of what does this all mean now? Then Elise got there, and I remember her getting to my bedside, and she put her hand on mine, and we were set to get married in about 6 months' time, and I just looked at her and said, you're not marrying me. You're not marrying a cripple. And
I hadn't even processed that's where he was gonna go. He just doesn't want to be a burden or whatever. I hadn't even gone there. I hadn't even thought about not being there. What are you talking about?
Here's Elise, 25 years of age, beautiful woman, and she's just got her first Olympic medal and whole life in front of her, and I don't know how to navigate this, and I don't want you to have to navigate this. And in true Elise fashion, she just was like, I'm not going anywhere, and we're going to get through this. And I don't even know if she thought twice about any of it. I think I'm sure she had her moments, but she never had them in front of me.
I remember, even with my mom, when she got sick, it's kind of I don't know if it's the athlete mentality and us, but it's okay, what's the next step? How are we going to do this? It just goes into a process, almost I don't know if it's a coping mechanism, I don't know, but you just kind of start focusing, okay, how do we do this? Okay, what's the next, like, can we, whether it was for her, the treatment, is it diet, like, what can we do? You just start focusing on steps, right? Like, what can we do?
I'm just guarding my face for
Can we burn it?
No, don't burn it.
There was many low points. Probably the one I remember was like, it was a few months in. I was pretty insecure, like image-wise, and I just finally lost it. Like, oh, just leave. Like, why are you here? And she finally snapped back and was kind of like, said if her dad had said to her if he could have his Cheryl back in a wheelchair, he'd do it in a heartbeat.
My whole thing with him the whole time has been like, I still have sound. Like, your sound, you're here. Like, I was never going anywhere. As much as he, at the beginning, probably tried to push away. And
what can you say? You know, Sam didn't want to put her through it. You know, and they just love each other. Plain and simple. Well, Sam saw that when he was in rehab that other people had it a lot worse than him. Just buckled down and did the best he could, got independent. His goal was to walk down the aisle. Once he accomplished that, he was okay and letting it go.
And I think my motivation then went to becoming independent again, and ultimately, becoming Elise's husband and being the best version of myself. So for her,
got your phone.
Yeah.
He'd always kind of joked in the past about how, I should just be your coach. Like, you're a better athlete than me. Like, I could make you so good if I was focused on your stuff. Like, he'd joke about it at training and stuff. And he said, well, why don't we try this?
I think honestly, like, the impossible thing, it is in my vocabulary, but I don't know if it is in Elise's. And you have to ask her, but I've never seen her question any of this. Like, I don't know too many other women at 25 when their husband breaks their neck and is paralyzed right before their wedding would have just picked up and rolled with it the way she did and embraced it and created an environment that really did start an impossible life, because it has been.
One of the biggest things he says to me when I go race and stuff now too, and I think it's just more about life, is like, you're battle tested. Doesn't go out there, like, you're battle tested. There's nothing you haven't seen.
Out of lane number 1, she got it done in 2017. Put your hands together for the United States of America, Elise Willoughby!
This is it. Go 11. Good gate. Good gate.
Elise Willoughby does it again in Rock Hill. She won the final here in 2017. She's done it again in 2024.
That was awesome.
The USA crowd have got exactly.
I want to go down there.
Your new Women Elite World Champion. walks across, gives her dad a huge hug at the finish line. And we also know that Elise's mum will be watching from the heavens and seeing her daughter take a second world title.
You know, if you would have told 6-year-old Elise that was scared to go down the starting hill that you're going to be going to your 4th Olympic Games as the world champion at 33 years old in a sport that's not even in the Olympics at the time, I'd have never believed you as if it's impossible. It's just a challenge, and you have to see it as an opportunity because nothing's really impossible. It just has to be done and has to have the right person and moment and time meet to make that possible. I don't think anything's really impossible. You just have to start.